tonight we have a special guest for you all. Casey, he's a comedian, speaker. He's pretty funny. I've seen his videos and all, but with further ado, give a round of applause for Mr. Nichols.
Hey, how y'all doing? Yes, I am from Kansas. I live in Kansas City, but I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Home of the Los Angeles Rams, so you gotta really, But yeah, I really appreciate being invited here. MMO, thank you all for having me. And Montez, thank you for hitting me up. He found my business card at Waffle House. And I know that's a cool story. A lot of good stuff happened at Waffle House, apparently. But real quick, how many of y'all are fans of Shonda Rhimes and TGIT movement? Thank you. Now, are y'all familiar with the tweet that she shared on February 1st that shook up the entertainment industry? She pretty much, let me get it right. Basically, she said, okay, entertainment industry, time to stop using the phrases smart, strong women and strong female leads. There are no dumb, weak women. A smart, strong woman is just a woman. Also, women are not a TV trend. We're half of the planet. And so basically what she's saying, by default, women are strong and smart. And those phrases, smart, strong women, is a disservice and very belittling. And it's like using the phrase, oh, she's cute for a dark-skinned girl. And like, if she's cute, then she's cute. You know, you don't gotta throw the extra stuff in there. And like, and for me, people say, oh, he's funny for a clean comedian. If he's funny, he's funny. Like, you don't really have to throw that extra stuff in and discredit somebody. And by saying those phrases, smart, strong women, is basically saying you should praise when you see that. And smart, strong women are rare, which is not true. There's you know what is rare? Is a smart, strong man. Like, that's rare to find. That's rare to find. Now that's newsworthy. That is. But that is very true because we do some dumb stuff. I know we do. I know. And it's because of our ego. And that's what it is. It's the ego. Our ego is preventing us from appreciating women the way we should be appreciating them. If you really think about it, like, our ego is like, it's holding that back, because women should be appreciated every day, because they're, to me, are the backbone of society. Like, yes, the man might be the head of the household, but the woman is what keeps it in order and what keeps it going very smoothly. So that's what we should really be praising and showing appreciation. Because who doesn't love appreciation? Like, men, we love appreciation. Women love appreciation. Donuts love appreciation. And people love. It's an appreciation day for everything. But that's what it's all about. It's our ego. Our ego is really holding things back and negatively impacting our relationship with women. And it makes it seem like women have to prove themselves when it shouldn't be the case. I graduated from Missouri S&T in Raleigh, Missouri. And for those who don't know about that school, it's probably 22% now women. And I've witnessed so many occasions in class, male engineering students, when it was time to get in groups, they'll purposely go out their way to not choose a female in their group. And that's what some women are dealing with, proving themselves they belong in male-dominated fields. And that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't. They need to prove themselves. Like, they shouldn't have to prove themselves they deserve to be in those fields. They shouldn't have to prove themselves that they belong in society and their voice should be heard. They shouldn't have to prove all that. And most of all, they shouldn't prove themselves. They shouldn't have to prove to themselves that they deserve respect and decency from a man. And I came across that because years ago when I was a little kid, I was in the back of my auntie's car. And we were in St. Louis, but I was going to the Galleria. And some dudes in a pickup truck pulled next to us, and they was trying to holler at my auntie, and she didn't give them the time or the day because she don't owe them that. And they called her out her name. Yeah, very typical. I was a 10-year-old kid and I saw that, and that showed me that we need to really do better. Like that's what it really showed me. And it showed me that what a man should not do when it comes to approaching a woman, appreciating women. Like my family is 90% women. So I've witnessed a lot of waiting to exhale conversations. and all the conversations were surrounded around the same subject. The lack of respect, the lack of decency, and just the lack of appreciation from men in general. And while they were having those conversations, they didn't know that they were like contributing in my life. Because while they were talking about that, they were teaching me how a man should be in society. They were teaching me how a man should be when it comes to a woman. And I really thank those women in my life, especially my mother, single parent, raising 2 kids, raising 2 boys. We only 14 months apart. And yeah, and it was a lot. And she really made sure we understood one thing, our faith. And she made sure that no matter what I do in life, or no matter how I grow up, it's always trust God and put Him first in my life. And that really changed my life. Growing up, I was in baseball, my brother was in football. And so of course, some Sundays, we had to play games. And we went to the 10 o'clock service. And me and my brother like, well, no going to church. But she would have us put on our uniforms. And we would go to the 8 o'clock service. And so I would be sitting there with baseball gloves and cleats. My brother, for some reason, still had his shoulder pads helmet on in church. But that's what she was teaching us, and that foundation is what I live on today. And so I really thank her. I really thank all my aunties and all my cousins for pouring that type of stuff in me. And another woman I really want to thank is my best friend. My best friend showed me the power of true love. My best friend showed me that how a man should always treat a woman in a relationship aspect, because I didn't have that. Like I said, my family was 90% women, and a lot of them were single mothers. So I didn't have the example of that type of guidance and how a man should be when it comes to marriage and come to a family man. But she came into my life to teach me that. And she really impacted my life in such a way that we both fell in love, and I proposed, and she said yes because of the smile, and we were on our way to getting married. And one thing I really want y'all to take away is that tomorrow is not promised. You should always show appreciation to your loved ones, family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You should always show appreciation because tomorrow isn't promised. 4 months after the proposal, unfortunately, she passed away. And that shook my world, because I understood, for that 4 months, I understood the power. Like, a woman's strength is beautiful, but the love of a woman is just an incredible thing. And that shook my world, and I didn't really know what to do. And like, I have to say this too about, for some reason, we got this stigma about counseling and therapy. Nothing is wrong with seeking professional help. And I was seeking professional help, and she asked me one question that made me really think, and it really brought me peace. A lot of times when loved ones pass, people live with regret. Like, oh, I wish I said I loved them more. I wish I would have did this more with them. I wish I would have said this or said that. And she asked me, she said, did you have any regrets? And I said, no. Because every day she knew how much I cared about her. Every day she knew how much I loved her. And every day she knew how much I really wanted to be in her life. But other plans happened. So with the contributions from the women in my family, contributions from my mother, and contributions from my best friend, I'm now able to become a man and play a significant role in a new relationship that I'm in now. And which I'm about to get married May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. But if it wasn't for those contributions, I would not be ready for that type of relationship and that type of responsibility, because she is a single mother and I don't have any kids. And so going from no kids to now I'm about to raise a 10-year-old girl. Y'all pray for me because I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that with okay, we good. I know with those contributions, I'm ready and I can own that role, and I'm able to be the example for this 10-year-old girl. Show her that the type of man that I can be the example of the man I want her to marry. I can be the example of the man I would want my mom to marry or find, or my aunties to marry. I don't have any sisters, but my little female cousins to marry. I can be the example and show them to always know your worth and never settle. Never settle and always know your worth. And I say that because my mom, she was interested in dating, just trying to just find somebody. And she was interested in this one guy. And they were just talking, and he wanted to take her out. And I said, Mom, you should go, you should have some fun. And y'all know what he said when she said, okay, you can take me out. He said, all right, come swoop. She was 50, and a 50-year-old man shouldn't be talking about come swoop, you know? Especially a black woman, you don't want to tell her to come swoop. Like, I said, Mama, do not pursue that at all. Like, that's just crazy. Abort mission, that's what. But yeah, but always never settle and always know your worth. So that's what I always want to tell women, never settle, always know your worth. And of course, don't ever think you're not good enough. Don't, because if you live a life thinking you're not good enough, you're going to settle. And you're going to live a life that you could have lived, you're not going to reach your potential and all that life has to offer. And I say that because my fiance, we had a deep discussion, and she said, I'm still surprised. And I'm like, why? I'm surprised that you would date someone like me, because she knew that I didn't have any kids, and she thought that was a huge barren. And she said, I thought I wasn't good enough for you. And I was like, if a man's love for you is dependent on your status quo, then he doesn't deserve you. If a man is so focused on the wrapping paper of the gift and not the beautiful gift itself, then he doesn't deserve you. So always remember that you are good enough, and you should never settle. You should know your worth, and you should continue just being great, women. And continue shifting minds and bringing insight to this resistant world. And most importantly, women, continue being women, smart and strong and crazy. That's all. But thank you all for having me. Really appreciate this event.
All right, give it up one more time.